D4 Damager, power to the people, back once again, like the Renegade Master. Hello, good evening. Didn't think we'd be fucking here again. Let me get one thing straight. I ain't fucking doing this every night. But I thought I'd treat you all with a special on a Saturday. Plus, being as I can't get to the pub with my mates, I might as well get some of my fake mates and pretend I'm at the pub. So, there's 5 people joining me tonight, and so I don't waffle on and talk bollocks for too long. I'll bring them in one at a time. So, first person in the chat, pick a number between 1 and 5, and that will be the person I'll bring in first. So, someone put a number quick. Hurry up. None of this fucking about. Just put a fucking number, 1 to 5. Let's go. No, hi, Kevin, all this. Hello, everyone. Fuck it, I'm going to pick first. Say hello, introduce yourself. Who the fuck?
Bloody hell, it's me. Big Mike, without further ado, Retro or VHS Bootleggers. Right, Dean, how's it going, mate? You all right?
I'm good, mate. I'm glad you could join us tonight. Looking very dapper tonight with your old Ralph Lauren polo on. Can you hear me?
We try our best.
We try our best. We're going to talk a bit about the older VHS bootleggers in a bit because we're going to be here for a while. There's no time limit on this. Someone pick a number quick. Let's pick one actually.
3.
Cinny Steve said 2. So hello. Or what's hello in Japanese?
Well, at this time in the morning, we say Ohayo gozaimasu.
I'll just say hello, James, because it's a lot fucking easier than me to try and work that out, if I'm honest. Thank you for joining us. What time is it? Tell everyone.
6:02 in the morning.
Fair play. Thank you for getting up. I did adjust it an hour, so it wasn't so bad for you. Have you got a beer?
Sorry?
Have you got a beer?
I've not. I've got a cup of tea.
A cup of tea? Proper tea, or do you actually have proper tea out there, or do you?
Yeah. My mum sends it to me, but you can buy it. It's just ridiculously expensive.
For all the tea in China or Japan, you have to get yours imported. Yeah,
because I don't know. I guess we must bastardize it in some way to make it taste the way that it tastes.
Probably milk. Do you have milk in it still?
I have a little bit of milk in tea.
That's one of the ways we bastardize it, I believe. Anyway,
yes, yeah.
So, someone put 2 really late. We've already had 2. Let's add someone else to the mix. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Here we go. I've zoomed in really close to everyone. Say hello. Introduce yourself. Stop picking your nose.
Hello to the UK. Welcome.
How are you, Stuart? You looked all nice
well.
and natural there. Oh, I knew you was going to mention that, so I thought I'd ask. What's it wrong with you? Not enough alcohol in your blood system, or not enough blood in your alcohol system?
Not enough blood in my alcohol. It's the Rona. The Rona's finally got me.
You've got the Rona. You've got the COVID.
I thought you meant to lose your smell, not just smell fucking Benson and Edges constantly.
Yeah, that's another loss of smell, you see. Loss of taste. That's why I'm on the stream. Got no taste.
I was going to say about the Liverpool flag was the no taste, to be fair.
And guys,
we've got 2 left. Shall we go for the ugly one or the really ugly one?
I don't know. That's a double-edged sword.
I'll go for the ugly one. Say hello. Introduce yourself.
Hello, thanks for having us on, Dana. We're a new channel called VHS Bootleggers on the YouTube. And I really do appreciate the opportunities that you've given us tonight and everything. And hi there to Big Mike. He's one of our guys as well.
How long have you keep that
Mark
voice
might be in
before?
soon.
Who's Mr. T? He looks like he's changed a lot since the 80s. He's got a little bit less blacker and lost his muscle mass. He's lost his muscle.
I'm sorry, I can't hear that, sir.
I'm asking about Mr. T.
Oh yeah.
What's happened to him? He's a bit different to when I remember him in the 80s now as part of your VHS Bootleggers.
Well, we don't talk about people's races anymore. It's rude and ignorant.
You can be whoever you want to be in your day and age, Pete. If you want to be
correct.
If you want to be
Mr. Joe Biden says so as well.
The hair sniffer.
The stroker. Any of you who are offended by this, tough. This is probably not the stream for you anyway. So we've only got left the really ugly one. Now, if any of you his neighbours don't report him, I don't actually think he's in the pub. I think this is his house.
Ohio Gazensk.
What?
I was learning Japanese backstage with Basubi.
Oh.
Go on, do it again, Rob, for us.
He's fucking just told us what it was, and then he's forgotten his Japanese. Ohio Gazensk, he just said.
Ohio Gazensk.
I thought it was Konnichiwa, to be fair.
I mean, what is Konnichiwa then?
Konnichiwa is hello.
Well, that's what I fucking asked you to say.
I know, but it's 6 in the morning, so you wouldn't say konnichiwa. You say Ohio gozaimasu.
That's what I said.
So it's good more. So it's an evening thing. Konnichiwa.
It's more of a daytime.
Okay.
Yeah, daytime.
Why do we not have that in England? Why do we not have time-specific language?
You do. So good morning,
Yeah,
good afternoon, good evening.
At least he's at the broom cupboard.
Rob, everyone's saying how good your setup looks.
Well, thank you.
You'd have noticed it last time he was on the stream, but his fucking hamster wasn't running in his internet. He's got it all fixed now.
I have.
Where's your dog, Rob?
The dog in the lounge with the wife. You'll have to explain that. Other people won't understand. But the dog.
Oh no, we'll get to that in a bit. I just wanted you to bring the dog in to say hello for like live television purposes. Hold it about here, and say hello.
I'll get him in a bit. I'll grab him.
Oh, brilliant!
Now, because if he bites me now, it's a bit early, isn't it?
Yeah.
Need
So
to
we
build
the
up.
stream though. That'd be enough.
That's it. Once
Go
that
viral, that will.
knows, that's it. That's basically all I've set this stream up for, is for live on YouTube. You to get bitten by a dog.
Dana,
Well, if I bring him in, it almost certainly will happen.
Well, that's it then. I'll get my 1,000 subs, my 1,000,000 views, and I'll retire from the tubes.
And a viral video.
My nose is never not sore. It sort of knows when it's just sort of healed up and then bites it again.
So basically, once you finished, when James went to Japan and you removed your nose from his ass, now the dog wants to bite, is what you're saying, basically.
Yeah, that's basically it. Yeah.
So anyway, we have got zero sort of format tonight. I basically just asked these lot if they wanted to come on, because we all kind of know each other somehow. Mainly, there's like a little Leicester connection. Pedro is unfortunately a Brummie, and Mike's a farmer. But a while ago, a few of us used to do a live stream together, and we've all just got to talk to each other. So, Mike, we'll start with you.
Sorry. Rob, are you smoking, my friend?
Not at the minute, but I've got some. But
Good. Can you
What do you want,
make sure
Pete?
that I'm not the only one smoking or drinking? None of you utter cunts have got a... Oh, yes, Dana, thank you. Michael, nothing. T, not good. 2T, what are you playing at? Hey?
In James's defence, it's like 6 in the morning.
Proper Batman style here.
I've got a fridge full of beer. I just can't taste any of it.
You're not allowed to smoke on television anymore. It encourages children and bad behaviour. So, Mike,
I'm drinking time for 2T. I'm drinking Budweiser.
Well done. Well
I even
done.
got a Bud Light. I know it's not right.
Oh, Bud
It's
Shite.
Bud Light, baby.
Bud Shite. Nice glasses though. They are the Bud Light ones.
also,
Me and Rob one of them from the.
Raz has got something to say. Birdie. Well done, Raz. Thank you for coming. Little dickhead. He tried to leave a comment on my video earlier and he called me a tosser in it, right? So YouTube banned the comment, so I can't even read it. He tried to say I was saying garbage pail kids wrong. He's saying he kept saying pal. It's because of his stupid, long, grey Swedish hair in his ear. That's what his problem is.
What was he saying? It's garbage pail kids.
That's what I said. I said garbage pail kids, right? But he said I said garbage pal kids.
Oh, right.
But he's just being a pedantic Swedish twat, isn't he, really? Anyway, I will get to Michael now because you were the first to join. Tell us a bit about your channel, Mike, for anyone who's watching who doesn't know, and how you become a YouTuber.
Right. So we've just started a new channel. So you want a new channel, yeah?
Both.
So,
everything. I want it all. Warts the lot.
Right. Well, I started. So my old channel is, or my regular channel is, without further ado, retro, about retro games and mainly retro games, retro items, few new bits and bobs, few CDRs. But yeah, so we started out because started going to the retro events. Met Stu and all that, and he suggested I should do a channel. So I had a lot of games, a lot of things to talk about, so I started that one. We've recently just started a new one because we all have an interest in films.
Silly Steve.
I'm in take note.
It's a vertical shooter.
He'll be in the background of Cajones Deloro's next video on his screen.
Superimposed on the back.
It's all about the tape mode, isn't it? It's all about the tape mode. But yeah, you don't want me in bloody widescreen, that's for sure. So yeah, so we've just started a new channel called VHS Bootleggers. It's three like-minded friends with all sort of very different opinions, who've got a sharing interest in movies, all sorts of different genres, action, all sorts of different types of movies, and we just sort of starting something a little bit different, something new, not like your sort of average movie channel. It's quite diverse and quite it's not for everyone, I suppose, but we're enjoying doing it, and you're more welcome. Come and check the channel out and see what you think.
Well, I'll jump in there because I've obviously watched a couple of your live streams which are very similar to this, where you talk to the audience or the viewers. Really interactive, really fun. I've enjoyed it. I've got involved myself, talked to you, and I must say it is good fun. And while we're talking about the VHS Bootleggers, we'll go to the main man himself, Pedro, below, because I hear he's the technical genius behind it all. So tell us a bit about it, Pedro.
I'm certainly not the technical genius. We came up with a while ago. Mark, Mr. T on the VHS Bootleggers, came up with an idea. Perhaps we should talk about films. I thought, yeah, I want to get involved. And if you go and look at the VHS Bootleggers, it's a year old. We didn't do anything for an entire year. But then we thought, sod it. Well, it was Mark, really. He just went, there's something in this, There's something in it. It's going to be great. And I was like, fuck it, let's do it, man. And I think Mark is a smart guy. And I enjoy Mark's company. So I thought, fuck it, let's just do it. Because without his fucking push, it wouldn't have happened. Yes, I did the amazing graphics. Sort of like GCSE level 2. or like C-grade GCSE, incredibly weak, incredibly poor. But all we want to do is talk about films from an outsider's perspective. And if you agree, great. If you don't agree, you're free to fucking piss off and fuck off elsewhere. Thank you very much.
I'll agree with that. It's not like one of these over artsy sort of bollocks review sort of thing. It's very grassroots, very like down to earth. I've watched a few of your reviews, Pedro. You watch some very woke stuff that you like to give a review on. I found that quite interesting myself.
So is it called VHS Bootleggers because you just rip everything off from torrent sites, then?
No, it's because years ago, the whole ideology about VHS Bootleggers, I thought it sounded cool, and Mark said, come up with a name, and I said, what we can come up with, and we had a list of names, and the best one that we thought, I don't know, sharing it around with about 2 people, we went, yeah, that VHS Bootlegger sounds really cool, and we were quite into sort of underground cinema or
like snuff movies.
Cinema not necessarily snuff movies, but although we do. We will at some point go into that whole thing. Of course, why not?
X-Files just subbed here. Now, if you follow Marksy on Instagram, he's massively into his films, especially horror.
Yeah, that's a good question for Maddie. So what was second place on the name then?
something like fucking
DVD bootleggers.
spastic dickhead wanker cunt.
I like
Look at
it.
films.
What would you have called it that first short, like?
Prince and a baby.
Six. See, when I hear the name VHS Bootleggers, I think of the dodgy video man that used to come around my estate renting out films.
That's the vibe.
DVD park.
That's the vibe. That's the vibe we're going for. You know, like it's about. You know, I don't want to admit to this. I have on VHS Bootleggers. I've got a video on there about. I went to like film school, and it's utterly pretentious. Okay,
You went to cinema.
No, I went to
Beat the match.
I do have a degree in film, right? So that means nothing. I appreciate it's utterly preposterous and laughable to say. I get it. I really do. But then, you know, at least I can admit that and say, look, I've studied film, right, as an art form and can move it to one side and understand film on a different level and accept other people who understand film on their own level. So actually, in a bizarre kind of way, it's incredibly inclusive. You see, it's not about fucking dismissing people's opinions.
I like saying to uni, it's a complete nonsense. It's great.
Put 50p in the internet, Mike.
Get out, Mike.
Yeah, I missed that, brother.
Your post office internet's fucking on the wane.
Get your neighbour's Wi-Fi code.
Go horizontal. Might save some bandwidth.
Mike, you're going to have to tell us what you said because one, we didn't hear it, and two, we've took the piss too much since. Didn't know what you said.
I'll tell you what, though,
right,
Pete, looking at all the chat,
not
there's a lot of
moving,
people
am I?
that are into the old horrors.
Can you hear me though?
No, we couldn't hear you fucking
I
well.
miss you there, mate. I can't hear any of these either. Come on.
Can you hear me,
Well,
P?
So
Yeah, I can hear you.
That's all right. And the other fuckers ain't talking. But while we're talking about films, this person who we'll get to talk to next, he was actually in a film. I've seen footage of it. So, Stu, to UK. Well, I want to know, what made you venture into YouTube as a format like all those, like, you know, donkeys years ago when it was dial-up or whatever?
Who, me?
Yes, you. Fucking
Oh.
dickhead. That's what I said, the film star. What was the name of that
Oh.
film?
Oh, that's my mate. My mate, Steve Reynolds. He's made Hollywood movies, he has.
Oh, I want to go.
Oh, sorry. Go on, carry on.
Is that working?
What we doing?
Yeah, I can carry on, Stu. Yeah, we can hear you, Mike.
So, you know, everyone knows about my bloody YouTube journey. Surely to God by now. Covered
No,
about 10,000 times.
But we want to know. I want to know why you did it. You never, you know, what made you want to do it, sort of thing, as a thing, of, you know, because you must have been a collector before you became a tuber, surely.
Yeah. So, again, the very brief synopsis of it. I was basically watching YouTube channels for arcade rooms, and there's mainly the American guys, and they had like basements, you know, full of arcade machines. And then, well, I can't remember which channel it was. It was someone's channel, and they had like loads of video game stuff. And I mentioned this before. Then you go down the rabbit hole, start looking at video games, and it's like, oh, I remember that, blah blah blah. Before you know it, you start buying shit. In my old house, that's where I first started watching YouTube. So I've been here like 10 years. So that was like back in like 2008, maybe, something like that. And then when I moved here, because obviously in my old house, I had a look at a broom cupboard. And when I moved here, obviously got this fucking blast furnished. It's a room anyway. I thought, you know what, I'm going to make some videos. And the reason why I did that was just to interact with other people, other collectors. You know, there's no grand idea. It wasn't planned or anything like that. You can see from the bloody videos, nothing was planned. It still ain't planned.
I'm going to put in there because fucking YouTube randomly gives me videos to watch of you from like 7 years ago. Man.
What did you watch them for? The shit now. I don't know why anyone watches them now, let alone 7 years ago.
Because it's all before you used to swear and everything, and you come across as like a totally different. You was like you were happy, you smiled.
Yeah. I've turned it. I'm like the English version of Bithead. I'm just miserable and unhappy now.
So it kind of makes me want to go through your whole library and find that video where you must snap and fucking change into what you are now.
That's life, though. It just wears you down.
I've
Like
added
the
you back
Richard
now,
Pryor
please.
moment.
Michael Douglas falling down.
How do I go for the piss with it? You know, like.
And the empty blood bottle.
Yeah, well, I'm not
Yeah.
going to do that. I'm not so uncouth. You know what I mean? I've learned, man.
Put your
I've
hand
learned
up,
enough.
Put your hand up like this, and then when I get to you, you can ask to go to the toilet.
Very, very good. Very good.
Yeah. But yes, Stu, you I have to watch them because one, you wear some fantastic jumpers.
I've still got them. Them jumpers are older than you.
fucking ain't still got them, mate. You fucking
I have.
your kids are wearing them because they fucking won't fit you now.
No, I've still got them. I didn't say I wear them.
They look like you shouldn't fucking wear them anymore. But I just watch them and I almost want to message you and take the piss, but I think I'll wait till I'm live on my channel and do it instead. But anyway, carry on.
That's it.
That's it.
That's it.
Okay, then we'll. Which one of you two, mate? We'll move to the one who's actually a mate.
I ain't got no mate to you.
The one was actually a mate, and the other one is like standing mate because he left in it. So we'll move to that.
You know what? Let's just all blaze the gun for Dana for getting it completely correct.
Oh,
I mean,
right.
what a Dan. Honestly, I mean, shit.
When you coming back?
Cut to the chase.
Well, hang on, because I haven't finished really. I don't know which one I feel sorry for. Fucking Rob
James because he escaped, or Rob because he's left with me.
Yeah, that's it.
I know exactly what you're going to say.
Poor fucking Rob. He was living a nice, quiet, peaceful life, picking up at a few games. James fucks off to Japan and he's stuck with Stu. It kind of didn't work out well for Rob, did he? He looks happy though. Look at him, bless him.
Dana, are you looking at the fucking the comments here or what?
I'll look at it in a minute. This is fucking my stream.
Yeah, all right. Sorry.
VHS fucking bootleggers.
Yeah, all right. Fair comment.
Anyway, James, let's talk to did you do YouTube before you met Stu, or did he? Do I remember? Did he try and talk you into doing it? Basically.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. Stu just kept saying, "Why don't you do a YouTube channel?" And I don't know. I think at the time I wasn't really that interested in doing a YouTube channel, but I thought I'd try it, and I tried it, and I didn't really like it.
I like your videos in Japan. They were really good.
Yeah, no,
I like them as well.
I enjoy making those, but I think it's different. It's different when you go somewhere for a week on holiday to when you day in day and your everyday life. So that's why I don't do them now.
It's a goddamn shame. Bazabi, right, James? It'd be great for us to see them. Them few videos that you did, I really enjoyed them.
Yeah, but like I say, when you're on holiday, you've got time, you've got money to go and do whatever it is that you're going to do that day. But when it's your everyday life, I mean, just imagine filming your life every day now. You probably just sit in your house most days.
Yeah, but once every fucking 6 months isn't too much to ask, is it, James? Really?
Maybe not.
just one film every now and then, popping in like a different game shop. Show us what we can't afford.
Maybe.
Is there any chance you're doing any more content?
No. All that. No.
As the unofficial Bond
Expert.
yes, never say never.
Oh yeah, you might appear on the VHS Bootleggers and tell them a bit about fucking James Bond, being as they know nothing apparently.
Oh yeah, that's true. That's actual fact. We know nothing. We know nothing about fucking some Hollywood fucking movie.
I think we're quite honest with that as well.
No, listen, man. We said about Roger Moore, fucking Sean Connery, all good, and I don't know fuck all about them either. Really, Mike? I know nothing about him really.
James cosplays as James Bond.
I'm trying to think of a bald character now from James Bond to rib him about. But that's
Mark's on the money with James Bond to a degree, and he'd like to see you there, James. Come on the Bootleggers, talk about James Bond, because we don't know fuck all. Mike, is that fair?
Yeah, that's pretty fair.
Being as he's been patiently waiting in the corner and Raz has asked a question, what the fuck is that machine blinking in the corner? What machine is it, Rob? Flashing?
Does he mean the fruit machine?
It's
Well,
an
I'm
idea
guessing
machine.
the fruit machine, Rob.
It's a Mario Kart fruit machine.
Have you not sold that
There's no
yet?
fruit machines in fucking Sweden, don't they?
Yeah, but Rob, that dickhead that sold you it, does he need to get punched twice in the face
Oh, is
and
it?
once in the bollocks? You know, from Ashby, from that game shop in Ashby. It's from there, isn't it?
It is.
Horrible, miserable cunt he was, wasn't he? Tell us about him. Tell us.
Hey, what if you stop talking?
There is a bit of a story. There is a bit of a story involved. I think I told this before. I don't know, but it was actually Busby that sorted this. We seen it for sale. Well, I'd seen it for sale in the shop when I'd gone, and I asked the guy, and he went, "I'd never sell that." Anyway, about a month later, it was on one of the Facebook groups for sale, and me and Busby were talking about it. And I said, "How am I going to get home?" We worked together at the time. He went, I'll sort it. An hour later, it was in my house. So that was quite cool.
Aren't you trying to sell it though, Rob? You've been trying to sell it for 6 months, haven't you?
Well, to be honest, what it was because I bought an arcade cab and I didn't think I'd sort of have the room. So I kind of wanted it out, but I've wedged it all in.
But to be fair, Rob, sorry, it was £200, wasn't it? That's what it cost. Okay, so what are you selling it for, baby?
What are you offering?
What, I don't know, maybe 50 quid?
The volume
delivery?
He would have swapped you for a B&O TV, but that
I know, yeah.
now.
Oh, come in!
Hey.
Come in! That needs to come in.
Here he is. He's allowed to watch for 5 minutes. His missus must have popped to the loo. Hello.
She's gone to get a coat.
Yeah. Got to get a coat.
So anyway, fuck Razzy's question. It was shit. I'm going to ask you, Rob, why the fuck have you still not made at least one fucking YouTube video? Why?
Because I just can't sit and talk to an empty camera. I just can't.
Well, you can do a fucking games room tour though, at least, can't you?
Yeah, but you're still just talking to an. We've done this before. I can't do it. The stuff that I pick up, I just think, who the fuck is interested in this? Really, honestly, you know, nobody. Half the time, you know, it's just. And then I've tried it. I've sat there in front of the camera, and nothing. You know, it just doesn't feel natural. It doesn't. I love watching the YouTube videos, but you know, to sit and do one, you know.
Gashead Steve got the Rona.
Gashead Steve's in hospital. He has posted it on his Facebook. So could we get wish Steve a speedy recovery? So put some ones or something in the comments to
God bless you, Steve.
A speedy recovery. He's been in for 3 days, I believe. So I hope you get well soon, buddy.
Yeah.
Give the
God
nurses
bless
some
you,
info.
Yeah, if there's some nice nurses, pictures would be appreciated also on Facebook. Thank you.
Any female ones as well.
Bastard. That's one fucking joke for the night from Stu. So, I have got a few little fucking bullet points. Nothing fucking spectacular.
Can I ask a question?
Go on,
ask someone a question in the comments. Where has he gone?
Who are we asking?
Shoot him up, Pilot 79, Dave.
More,
What's happened
sure.
to his fucking game room? Is he still polishing that glass?
I've actually spoke to Dave today.
Fucking hell. The longest fucking game room fucking build up ever. That took about fucking 12 years, isn't it?
I think it's because he's a big rigger now, isn't he? Driving up and down the country in his truck. That's what it is.
Oh, is
Say
it?
it again. Say it again.
A big rigger.
Be careful with your pronunciation, brother.
I can talk properly. A few hours later, it could be worse. So one of the things I've got to talk about, because today was actually going to be the first day of Revival Part 2. We've missed obviously a shitload of events.
Instead, we got Rona Part 2.
Yeah, we got Lockdown Part 2 instead. I met most of you guys from doing events. Starting with Stu and James. We did a couple of good ones. Barnsley springs to mind.
Legendary, that is. That's legendary.
I'll throw it out there. We'll go in order of James, Stu, Pedro, Mike, Rob. When do we think events will be back? Obviously, you don't care, James, because you're in Japan. But do you have events in Japan at all?
I imagine there are events here, but I don't really know of any. As for the events in the UK, I'm glad you haven't got any, because it means that I don't have to feel jealous that I don't go to them.
And send Rob stock.
He's knocked that fucker on the head, hasn't he?
Yeah. Fucking hell. One.
Yeah.
We got nowhere to
Mario
sell it
Kart
anyway.
Gambler, if anyone's interested.
Who? What?
A Mario Kart Gambler.
They're shit. They are. The lights don't work on them.
I know, but it takes old £1 coins.
Surely you'd have got that updated by now. No one would have left it taking old pound coins, would they? Rob?
Well, no, it isn't updated. No, I don't use it.
Is it just a very big ornament?
Well, yeah, like everything.
Yeah.
Everything's a very big ornament, isn't it? Do you know what I mean?
The one swiveling on the chair is one of the biggest ornaments, isn't it?
What's that hanging
Yeah,
in
but
the
it's good to
background?
look at, isn't it?
What's that hanging in the background above your head? Is it? Oh, is it?
Is that Fiorentina top that they're knocking off?
Oh, it looks like Captain America or something from here.
You know, get your eyes tested.
I do
I'm
need
in
to get them
time
tested.
now. So come on,
Yeah.
Mr. Negativity. When do you reckon the events will be back, Stuart?
Well, he's doing furlough till March, isn't he?
So,
Is he?
So I don't
Turner-
think
Craig Turner reckon the next financial year, April.
April.
Well.
Maybe.
Do you miss them,
Right.
Stuart?
I miss everything. I just think it's. No, I'm not going to get into it, but I think it's all bullshit.
We know you
Really
think it's
do.
bullshit.
I do. I think it's just a crock of shit. I've got loads of examples where what they're saying just doesn't add up about how infectious and deadly it is. So, no. I don't think till the summer.
Yeah, possibly not. Possibly.
Mm.
I'd like them to come back because the one good thing about fucking lockdown is I've got no way to spend money on fucking beer other than going to the shop, so I don't bother. So I'm just getting up loads of money with nowhere to fucking spend it.
Buying bog roll.
No, I don't even buy bog
Pasta.
roll. Just use my 2 to UK t-shirts. Like
Don't be using that other quality one, Dane Stuff YouTuber of the Month t-shirt.
I've got that one somewhere still hung up. That's null and void now. Anyway, we'll talk about that after. So Pedro, is there any VHS events? Or well, obviously we can talk about gaming events because we all know you've attended them.
Very good, very good. Sorry, what's the question?
Events, have you missed them? When will they be back, do you think?
Well, you've got to understand a lot about global capital and finance prior to getting into even contemplating
Hovering.
this entire epidemic or so-called epidemic. Now, I'm not going to go and divulge my opinion on that, but it is available in one short summary by a great YouTuber by Computing Forever. So, look, at the end of the day, guys, all you got to do is believe what you want, do what you want, be who you want to be. I'm not here to tell you what to
Do
say
what we want to do.
and accept anything other than the mainstream. All I would suggest you do is perhaps look beyond the mainstream narrative, and if you don't, well, that's up to you, isn't it? So that's my little 2 pence in that, Dane. Okay,
So when are the events back then?
I'm sorry, I don't care. You see, that's the whole point. It's all about what happens within the realm of possibilities, and the events aren't in that at all. So I can't talk. You look like a ghost nowadays. You've really changed, haven't you? You look like you look like something else, but I can't say it. We'll get us banned. Michael,
Was that beauty light?
Yeah,
Is that your
the
eyebrows?
proper blue. He's blue, la-dee-dee-da-dee-da. He's blue, da-dee-dee.
yeah, I'm gonna mute you. You're gonna start singing. I can take on with your rambling bollocks, but no singing, please, for fuck's sake. Mike, what about you? Because I know you've missed the events. Because I know you're a big promoter of the events.
Well, yeah, I have missed the event, and it is crap that we can't go to them. But you know, when will we be allowed back to events when the government decides to get a backbone and do what the scientific evidence is telling it to do, rather than doing what they're told to from whoever's telling them what to do? You know, everything they're doing doesn't make any sense whatsoever. Everything they've told you to do is the opposite of what you should do. You know, from the word go. So, well, what can we do? We're not in charge, are we?
No, we're not. I'd like to see events come back, but I think if they bring them back too soon, too many people will be scared to go there.
I mean, didn't they have the theatres open so you can have people in a theatre, but you can't have people at a football match or something? And so it's all sort
that was the Arsene Wenger talk, weren't it, in London somewhere? I saw pictures of. There was pictures of people at Arsene Wenger talk. So, how about you, Rob?
I think, I mean, obviously, I don't know when they're going to come back, but I do think that keep having lockdowns like this, it'll just burn out people's tolerances, and things will slowly start to creep in. I mean, even this lockdown, it's nothing like the initial one, is it? You know, people were being very vigilant and really sort of doing what they wanted, you know, doing what they were told. But this time, it seems like, well, yeah, they've locked us down, and yeah, they've shut some shops, but it's still a bit of a free for all, which, you know, I'm kind of okay with, because I'm a bit like that, you know. And I think if they were to open us back up and then early next year lock us down again, you'll see it sort of become more diluted. You know, how people, you know, take the rules. And eventually, they just won't be able to police the stuff. So even if technically it's a lockdown or you shouldn't be doing it, you'll see these things start to spring up, because people have got to, because it's you know, it's people's livings, it's finance, and they can't police everything, you know. So I think it will very much depend on how laxy-daisy they are with these lockdowns. If they keep bringing us out and putting us in, you know, how many times do they do it before we just go, oh, what we in? Are we down or not? And it'll just, you know, you'll see these things just start to come back legally or, you know, technically illegally. But I don't think, you know,
underground warehouse fucking events. Is that what you're saying?
No, I don't think so. I think it'll just be like when they
everyone in hazmat suits.
I think it could get to the stage where they say it's lockdown and nobody locks
people won't listen. Yeah, people won't listen.
Yeah, I think so. So, you know, it's really when does the money run out? That's when you'll start to see, you know, not just your events, lots of other things. You know, your local shops that have got to shut now. Well, you know, it'll get to a point where they just go, "Mom, I'm just not," you know. And if they're all doing it, what are they going to do? I hope it doesn't come to that. It'd be lovely if they can get a vaccine, or they can, you know, sort it out or bring the numbers down. And
are you going to have the vaccine, Rob?
You what, mate?
I'm not.
Will you have the vaccine?
Do I have a vaccine?
No, you
will
don't. Would you have it?
He's got the vaccine. He's leaning in his vein. He's got the vaccine. He's Rob. He's the fucking.
The thing is, whether you buy into it or whether you don't, the fact is, it's still the law of the land, isn't it? Do you know what I mean? Whatever, if you think it's a scamdemic, you know, pandemic, whatever your thoughts are, unfortunately, the laws of the land are going to be, you know.
There's no law of any land that says you have to have something put in your vein that's foreign.
No, we've got no chance.
And then you want to try that. We want to try that for to get a big old.
No, I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is, Mike, you know, it would just be nice if the numbers, you know, if one way or another, by lockdown, by what it is, we can get the numbers down quick and just get not just the events.
You won't get the numbers down though, because
the numbers are down. The numbers are down. The numbers are down, Rob. The test they're using is about 50% accurate.
It's less than that.
Yeah, about
8%. 8% accurate. Man.
Yeah.
Anyway, what I'd say is, let everyone fucking get it. Survival of the fittest. Yeah. I'm fucking confident I'll outlast fucking at least 4 of you.
Sweden wine.
Yeah, Sweden. Raz has got something right.
Oh, I'm not highlighting another Raz comment. Retro Bear called this lockdown light, and I'd agree because last lockdown I was told I couldn't work, whereas now I
Fuck
can.
off.
My dad was fucking told he got a shield, but now it doesn't matter. So it doesn't make fucking sense. They were either right one time or they weren't right at all.
If they can send the kids to school, now they're saying kids can't. It doesn't affect the kids, but they can be carriers, yeah. And then they're telling them to look after the grandparents look after the children. Everything they say is a complete opposite of what it should be.
It's like Rob said, like Champion Rob said, it's all nonsensical. The rules have come up with, they're so arbitrary. They make anyone with fucking 2 brain cells that are met, you just go, that doesn't make any sense. It's not even common sense, let alone scientific.
Well, the thing is,
it will make sense. Sorry, Mike, I've got to say this. If you look at, Agenda 21 and Agenda 30, whatever, you kind of get into, a conspiracy theory, tinfoil hat, fucking analogy of these things.
Yeah.
But perhaps they're right. No, I don't agree with it. What a load of bollocks. Rubbish. I agree with the mainstream media. They're always right.
Okay.
The thing is when you look at something, if you went 7 months back and looked at what they got wrong and what they got right.
Michael, we're done with it. We've had our talk about lockdown now. Video games, VHSs, Betamax. Yeah,
what's
what
everyone
you got
playing
against
then?
Betamax? What you got wrong? What you got against Betamax? Why aren't you Betamax?
Superior format Betamax.
It is. I've got a Betamax VHS up there. I'd stand up, but everyone had my shorts, so I'm wearing. So, one of the other things I noted next to events is I've noticed a few of the sellers have bought brick and mortar stores. Do you think there'll be more of that or more selling online, which obviously I'm doing? Have any of you noticed that? James first, because obviously you're still selling on eBay, but the usual other guy I buy off eBay, he's not selling anymore. Is there some rule about importing, exporting still?
No, it's not about rules. It's just it's just about the post, really. The post is a bit of a problem. So I think I've got a few items that are still on eBay, but I'm not actively selling on eBay right now. Essentially, from about April time, there was a lack of aircraft, and it just meant that the airports were just filling up with post. So Japan Post just basically hit the nail on the head of sending things to a lot of places, and it's slowly coming back. But we still can't send anything to America unless we pay FedEx or DHL or someone like that to do it. But it's so expensive; it's just not worth it. Yeah, it's not about rules; it's just about availability on aircrafts and stuff like that.
How about you, Stu? There's obviously a couple of sellers we know who've gone into now bricks and mortar. Do you think they'll stay with that for the long haul now, or it's just...
Who's going to... Oh, you mean Alan?
There's not just Alan. Is it Richard Tewksbury as well?
Oh, has he?
He's bought one in Cov, I think. I did tag you in it, but obviously you must not have shown up.
Oh, I don't know. Whereabouts in Cov is he?
I think it's in Cov, or it's around by you because I tagged you in it thinking you might know where it is.
Oh, send me it again. I don't know. I think
Stu supporting the local community, like
the bricks and mortar stuff though. It's a bit of a you've got to get it right, ain't you? You've got to have the right location and stuff like that because there's so many of them. If you look at them historically, they've all gone to the wall. I mean, it might just be a gap in the market. That's all it is. But I don't know. But the thing is, this is it's just people's livelihoods, isn't it? So that's why they've had to do it. I get that. Because ordinarily they'd be selling at the events. They'd be doing literally an event every month, not paying any tax.
What is tax?
Don't know.
Well, this is where we need to understand something about the Great Reset and the fucking non-traceable fucking money. Fucking physical cash. Anything physical is a commodity. So make sure we know that. That's all I'm saying. A lovely burp there. Whoever did that, was that you, Michael?
What I will say is if they want to win cash, why do they spend all that money making the new £20 notes and bullshit? It doesn't seem financially viable if they were going to shut it down.
To push an agenda. It was a 50p, or the diversity bills Britain. Come on.
If a note can spread COVID, which is basically plastic now, how comes a card can't?
Well, your phone
You know what I
can,
mean?
but they're not going to try and want to get rid of your
I thought
phone.
we'd done the old Rona.
I know, it's these pair of fucking idiots, innit? I warned you. Both of you.
Oh, fair enough.
What do you think? Do you think bricks and mortar? Well, obviously, Pedro, you sell on eBay. Have you noticed an increase of sales since the Rona, etc., etc.?
No and no. We don't talk about the Rona. We like Corona. This is the rhythm of the night.
Fucking your
Oh, yeah. It's the rhythm.
I'm so glad I have that power to do that. I can take your rambling bullshit. It's your awful singing that's painful. It makes my MacBook sound tinny. So you've not been selling well on eBay? See, because I've been starting selling.
Am I allowed to speak now?
Yeah, as long as you don't sing.
Feels like the BBC.
Well, thank you very much, Danny. You've acknowledged the fact that I was singing.
Like Twitter and Facebook.
That's much better than for like 25 years. I've been saying the words. Now you've even accepted the fact that I'm singing it.
Well,
10 out of 10.
Singing, people have their own tastes. I'm not into caterwauling. Anyway, I'm going to move on to Mike because Pedro is not answering. What do you reckon, Mike? Brick and mortar stores, you got any in Bristol?
Brick and mortars, there's hardly any in Bristol. It's rubbish. There's going to be even less with this. What's going on in the world at the moment? We're not to speak of. It's the worst time in the world to start a brick and mortar store, if you ask me, because there's so much uncertainty in the world. Best bet is to sell on eBay.
Yeah, but the way I see it is with these guys who are resellers, such as Alan, Richard Tewksbury, they've got too much stock to list on eBay. It would be physically impossible. They've got no.
And how well would they have done this week with a shop?
Well,
how well would they have done this week with a shop?
They didn't know there was going to be a second lockdown. So in between, when the last lockdown, the only way they could get any sales is if they buy a brick and mortar store.
They were on about the last lockdown during the first one.
Yeah, but it was all ifs and buts. You've got to take a gamble. You can't sit at home not making anything at all.
To get listing.
Yeah, but you're not going to list hundreds of thousands of items, are you? You can't fucking list 50.
I listed 100. I'm extremely lazy.
Yeah, but
you're paying rent on the shop that you're not making any money from.
Well, they must be making something. Japanese Alan seems to still be open as well for somehow in
but
Scotland.
He sells on Facebook and stuff, doesn't he?
No, his shop's open.
Oh, he's open, so he's essentially
That's the fucking whole point of the question, Michael.
Well, he shouldn't be open, should he? He's not essential goods.
Well, I don't know. Because Scotland's under a different rule.
It's the jocks, aren't they? Maybe the jocks have got different rules.
Doesn't he sell food from out there as well, though?
He's got dual citizenship. I think he's got dual citizenship. He's got
he's got the Sabbath on the door.
Mars bars and essential food.
He got some M&Ms as well, peanuts.
Yeah,
5 a day. What do you reckon?
He's selling a lot of PAL stuff, isn't he? American stuff.
Yeah, he's
not. With the pubs, what they were saying, what was the lowest thing you could have as a nutritious meal? Was a pasty, wasn't it?
I thought we'd done the right.
I don't know. Mike just keeps talking about it. He's obsessed. Fucking.
Well, I just wondered how he can keep his shop open. And you're saying he sells snacks. He might sell pasties.
I don't
pasties. He's Scottish. It'd be a deep fried Mars bar, wouldn't it? Or fucking fried pickled egg or something.
How about you, Rob? I imagine you'd love to own a brick and mortar store if you could.
Yeah, I would. I really would. But I've thought about it in the past. But getting retro, it's not like owning a grocer's where you can just go to the wholesaler or the market in the morning and buy your groceries, there's always that worry, isn't there, of where you're going to get your retro from. So as somebody to, have one, no, I definitely don't think it's the game to get into. But to answer your question, as do I, brick and mortar shops, personally, I love them. And the reason why is the ones that I've been into, particularly recently, the guys there are usually very knowledgeable and very friendly, apart from the guys in Ashby that we mentioned earlier. But I went into one not too long ago in Boston, Game Central. Got talking to the guy in there, really nice bloke, chatting away for an hour, did me a bit of a deal, great. I knew a guy in Sleaford that owned a couple of shops. He had one in Sleaford, one in Newark. Gaming squad.
Sleaford mods, yeah, like for the cool people.
Is that another song?
No, but the Sleaford mods are a horrible socialist group from Sleaford.
Anyway, talking about bricks and mortar, Robert.
But anyway, sorry, Rob.
Tell us about your idea that you were chewing my ear all off at Skeggy about.
Well, this is the thing, you see. We were in a pub and the beer was £2 a pint, Stu, and we'd had a few, and genuinely I can't really remember.
Because Rob was like, Rob said to me, it was the words of, roughly speaking, it was something like, I'm going to put a suggestion to you, and he goes, I know you're going to pick holes in it, that's what I'm going to tell you first.
Oh yeah, because you're very pessimistic. Yeah, if you've ever got an idea and you want to find holes in it, ring fucking Stu. He'll pull it to shreds, and then you've got a basis to work on. I remember. Well, that's not that I necessarily remember that, but that's something I live by.
So, what was his idea then, Stu? Please tell us so we can.
To get a shop.
He wanted to get a shop.
But with not just him and me, but a few of us.
Remember. Yeah. No, I remember now. Yeah. No, I see what you're saying. Right. The principle of it is I'm fucking running out of room. Yeah. So I'm gonna have to pay for more storage. And I said, look, you do it. Pete does it. Mike does it. Dana does it. Why don't we all just chip in and buy some bricks and mortar? Not necessarily buy, rent. What would it cost us? 5 or 6 ways. And then we just, but, all right, I hadn't really thought it through. You picked holes in it. I think we should do it.
What holes did you pick in it, yeah?
Because I said, well, who's going to pay for it? How are you going to pay for it?
You see?
Is it going to be divvied up by who puts what into it? Are you going to sell stuff from it?
Well, we hadn't thought about all that. This was the start of the conversation.
What happens if something good comes into the shop and everyone wants it? It's the owner.
The thing is, that's the only reason for having a shop, isn't it? For the stuff that comes in.
See, this is
walk-ins, 100% walk-ins, yeah.
What I was going to say to you is, obviously, I know Jason, who started up Get Gaming. Do you know him? He does the events with his dad. Is it Jeff? He started his shop 3 years ago, and he had the same worry of like getting stock. And he says it's almost like if you build it, they will come. Because he has as much stock come in as he goes out. Obviously, you buy it as cheap as possible. So, and Nick at Vintage Gamers is the same. He must have about 5 or 6 people a day probably come in with bagfuls of stuff who need their heroin or stuff like that. And sell it. And I know Rich round at Old School Gaming as well. He has. Once you've got that location, if people will bring you stuff in,
but Dane, there's a very important component in all of this, and it's customer service.
Well, that's why you have
customer service.
I'd be the one running the shop, clearly, wouldn't I? Because, we get the women coming in for the good looks and stuff like that. What
I'm saying is that Nick has done it good at Vintage Gamer because he has a bloody rapport with people,
No, he gets stoned and he does you good fucking deals.
Yeah, but he also has a good rapport. He's got a nice fucking vibe.
If we had a shop, though, one rule is I'm not buying any 360 tap.
Yeah, 360
big game house. No 360 shit.
360 stuff in the bin. Fucking hell, I've had
Hey
about
man,
5
I've been
people-
doing wicked on 360.
Yeah,
Ain't
Big
no
Game
lie.
Al's been buying all your shit.
Has he? Some cunts has. I mean, I don't know who it is. Thanks very much.
They've created
Cheers.
a false market.
Put a okay at eBay. Yeah, I'm all right.
I can't agree with what Eddie says here because I know he's been to Entertainment World, and that is the most difficult shop I've ever been to buy anything.
Yeah,
It's almost like a challenge to buy something.
It's changed it
It
round.
depends if it's his mom or it's him. Now he's a problem and she's a problem, but
Yes.
it all depends on how you fucking manipulate them both. Now Eddie is correct in a sense of the Midlands have got good customer service because if he goes up north, oh no, it's worth loads of money onto fucking internet, you know. That's what he has to hear. He's going to the Midlands going, oh, it's all right, it's okay. It's worth a tenner, but you can have it for fucking $9.98.
I've never heard a Brummie do a Brummie accent.
It's
You
like
don't sound like that, mate.
It's a Brummie doing a northern accent, doing a Brummie accent.
I can do it all.
But I will say, that guy at Entertainment World, if his mom's there, she has to ring him to sell you stuff. And then if you take something to him, he'll research it on eBay for ages. I'm like, but why don't you price shit as it comes in?
Yeah.
The lad who I bought that Famicom bundle off in the week, rung him, said, have you got any Atari ST games in? He went, yeah. Went up to the shop, and then when he asked to have a look at him, he goes, oh, mate, I can't be bothered to move the stuff together, and they're in the store. So this guy's rung and asked to go and look at the stuff. And then when he's got to the stall and asked to look at it, the chap who owns it's gone, oh, it's in the storeroom at the back. I can't be bothered to move anything. That is not good customer service. Also, he hides
That's
his
how you
stuff.
run a shop, isn't it? That's how you run a shop.
He is very difficult. I mean, I've bought one game off him in 4 visits, so that's. But I am tight. I am tight, to be fair. So one of my other things, I do have some notes just in case we struggle to talk about anything other than the pandemic and or Pete's ulterior world that we live in. They live, sort of thing. PS5 and the new Xbox bollocks. Is anyone pre-ordered it? Is anyone excited? Does anyone even care? James, starting with you.
No.
Why? Come on, you can't just say no. We elaborate on the question.
Yeah, I'm not pre-ordered either. I'm not excited. I don't care. What more can I say?
You'd rather collect your Pal Wii stuff.
Well, I don't really.
That's what he thinks of PS5 and Xbox.
He's turned his camera off so he can put his ass next to the fucking mic in it.
No, man, can you hear me now? I will do a blow off for you. I will honestly do that. I've had a delicious Chinese tonight. Let me tell you, there was a lot of ingredients, including star anise and garlic and black cracked pepper, and we also had some chestnuts. And I will happily do a blow off for you, but at the same time, looking at these people talking, man, they're talking on the fucking right hand side. Can we not push some of this shit up? Or...
I'm reading their comments. They're all talking amongst themselves about what we are. You just get your pretty face.
Okay, listen, man. I'm about the people.
No, you're not.
Let it be known. I am.
Oh, dear.
James is the only person who imports Pal V stuff to Japan.
I mean, I have. I am guilty of that, but yeah, I don't really collect anything now. I mean, I do buy games, but only games that I really want to play. Or, my days of just buying shit for buying shit is over.
Do I have any mods in the thing? Because obviously this David Johannes is a troll, but I can't be asked to highlight his
David Johannes.
Anyway, James, can you answer Dylan's question? James, question for James. Do Japanese care about the new... So you're answering now on a whole nation.
I mean, I often speak on behalf of the UK or on behalf of Japan quite regularly. So I mean, I don't know. Do they? They probably don't care about the Xbox. That's for sure.
No, they never did well, did
you
they?
can't,
I
you
bet
can't even
they'd
go
rather
to the
throw
game
themselves on
store
their own
and buy
swords and buy an
Xbox.
Xbox.
They just don't carry it. So, yeah, I imagine PlayStation 5 will be really popular here. The Xbox, probably not.
Is it worth asking your opinion, Stu? You don't
No.
even own a PS4, do you?
No,
You just got the Switch.
that's it.
No excited at all?
What's to be
Yeah, then-
excited about? Apparently, there's no even any like next gen games, is it? It's all backwards. It's all just the old games, just with like fucking new textures and shit. It's all it is. All they've done it for is just to get first to market, isn't it? To get boxes in houses
It's more-
and then worry about it afterwards. Basically, the same way that they make the games now, they just rush them out and then patch the shit out of them for the next fucking 12 months.
I did see
Yeah,
a poster like of someone who was getting the pre-order of the Xbox, telling them it was coming early, and it was just the controller. So the only thing they were getting early was the fucking controller, and no.
The only point that I got a little bit excited about the PS5, not the Xbox, I thought, oh, that never interested me, was in the early days when they reckoned or they touted it being backwards compatible all the way back to the PS1. Then I would have bought one just for that. But they've canned that, so that's all my interest gone out the window.
Yeah, they like to sell us the games again, don't they?
Yeah, exactly, Mike. Fuck that. I want to put my disc in it. I wouldn't mind it if I put the disc in and it downloaded it, so it knew
And
I
it
owned it.
downloaded the game. That's the way it should work.
that.
That's the way it should work.
I'm not fucking buying it again.
A bit
Yeah,
like
that's the
when
way
you
it should
use the
work.
Retro Free. You put a game in and you can save it to the
Yeah. Kind of like that,
SD card. Like,
Well, what they're saying is like it's the same with the PS4. They're saying that you can't. Basically they have to basically they've got it at their base and you can buy it off them. It's emulation basically, but if you get a cracked PS4, it's got a PlayStation emulator on it that works with your discs. So why Sony can't let us do that? No, it's because the only reason they do that is because they want to charge you twice for it.
Mm.
It's
but
totally.
of course, they're going to want to do away. See the way Sony look at it here. Like, say you fucking buy this game, right? They're not making no money out of that because it's now sold second, third, fourth hand. You know, you can't.
But they would make money out of the people. They would make money out of the people that don't already own it, that's buying it on their online service, and the people that already own it should have. We have the license to use that game.
Mm.
That's the whole point of it.
Also, it increased the hardware sales, and then if you got the box in your house, there is the potential you may end up buying a current gen game. They've completely missed the boat, in my opinion, with it.
Well, this is one thing Xbox have got right, isn't it? They've actually continued with backwards compatibility, and it's all free. And it's all
how far back does it go then on the Xbox?
Right back to the original Xbox.
Oh, does it? Oh, okay.
Yeah, not every single game, not every single game, but
so
like
I
a
could
lot
get
of
this
the most.
game, Mike. I could get this game and throw it in the bin. I mean, put it in the Xbox, the new one.
You could definitely get like something like the original Halo and put it in.
Oh, that's shit, though, innit? I don't fucking play that.
Well, I'd say they've definitely covered, say, the top 200 games or whatever. You can try it; it might work. You've got an Xbox, then you stick it in.
I don't fucking want to. They're shit. How about you, Rob? Are you excited for the new generation?
No, not myself. No, not at all. I mean, I may pick one up at some point, you know, when they come down in price. But I tell you what did surprise me. To probably, this might answer your question quite well. I've got 3 lads in the house, 10, 17 and 22. And when you could pre-order, when it was coming up, I was working from home and I shouted up the stairs to them because none of them leave their bedrooms or anything. And I was like, look, are we having a PS5 or an Xbox or what we doing? We're going to get a pre-order going. And they were just like, nah, you're all right. All 3 of them. No, not one of them interested. You know?
That says a lot, doesn't it? That says a lot.
They're all interested in fags and shagging now, though, at their age, aren't they?
Yeah, Luke's 10.
As long as it's not the other way around.
Definitely on 20 a day then, now we know. To be fair, Darren McCown points out that some of the backwards compatibility is down to license issues such as music rights, etc.
But if I get a cracked PS4 and put my discs in, they work fine.
I don't see what that's got to do with backwards compatibility. If you're reissuing licensing, like making a new digital,
and
to
you're
buy,
charging for it.
yeah, I get it. But for backwards compatibility, it's a non-issue.
That's like saying, "Oh, we can't bring out a Blu-ray player that plays DVDs because it's got backwards compatibility on them. It might get done for music."
Fair enough. Darren, if you want to come back in the comments. Pedro, are you still with us?
Oh, yes, I'm still here, mate.
He's turned.
I think
Boy,
that's- yeah.
I can't fucking
See, he's
hear
turned
you.
the
Oh,
mic off
I'm
to have a
still
shit,
here.
hasn't he?
Okay, oh, sorry. Yes, look, I understand that you guys understand about that shit. I don't, but what I do understand about is the people. So I have to shout out Horatio. I don't know. There was something I saw earlier, and it's completely rendered irrelevant then. But yes, carry on. I've no interest in the PS5. I've no interest in the PS4, and I had no interest in the PS fucking 3.
But you did have interest
Are you
in
not
the
scalping
one.
on Pete?
But you had interest in the Switch. You're a big promoter of the Switch.
Oh
though.
yes, oh the Nintendo Switch is a different fucking kettle of fish.
Well,
Absolutely
why
bloody
are you still loving that? Because obviously, in your other incarnation, we haven't seen a lot of you lately. Are you still loving the Switch?
Well, no, but it's okay. If I have to play a game and bore myself to fucking tears with some fucking arbitrary thing, I will go to the Nintendo Switch. But I must say, the PS4 does have some. I've got a PS4 still. I've still got stuff, Dane. Don't get me wrong. I still enjoy video games, but maybe I'm fucking deluded.
How about the Amiga? Have you still got the Amiga set up?
I've got it right here, man. Right there. See? There.
Nice.
Once retro bright in that
Of
does.
course, man. It's yellow because of my dreadful bloody
Oh,
white
hold on.
pants on it.
Show us your T-shirt.
It's
Bud
good shite.
Light. There
Good
it
shite.
is, but you know why I got this?
Because it was free with some beer.
Yeah, 'cause it's free in a pack of beer.
Well, Deb had got it. The missus had got it and said, "Look, you're wearing this T-shirt now." I went okay because I'm not. I just don't give a shit anymore. You know what I mean? I
It's
wear
not- Rob's
Yeah,
chair
sorry,
looks
Cam.
like he's nicked out the pub, doesn't it?
Everything looks. Rob just looks like he's in a really like.
It's one of the oxblood leather
pub.
chairs.
It's a
Actually,
great setup,
I was
though.
gonna say-
It's
I was
gorgeous.
going to say the only thing that excites me about the, not really excited about new consoles whatsoever. Really, the only thing that sounds interesting is the PS5's new controller. It's supposed to have some sort of sensory thing where you can feel like the materials you're walking on and stuff. So if you're walking on wood, it feels different. If you're walking on mud, the pad feels different. It's
So if you've got
supposed to
control in
be.
your hand, does it feel like wood?
What about if I'm walking on my trainers? Will it know that I'm walking on my trainers?
If you've got a pair
No,
of
in the
Asics,
game.
it will.
No, it's supposed
How
to be.
about
It's supposed to be
Reebok?
like it's like a next generation thing. I mean, everything they've done with the machines is just more power, 4K, which we were supposed to get with this bloody generation, weren't we? Everything's more power, but this is something that they've actually something new, something that's interesting. Do you know what I mean? The only other interesting thing is that they've got is the bloody stand, isn't it? That they've made the over-engineered stand that they've made for the
Isn't it
PS5
about 20
as well.
foot tall, the PS5?
Yeah, it's about 3 foot plus. I think it's pretty big.
Is it bigger than Scott? Is it bigger than G?
Bigger than 90% of the UK gaming population. To be fair, they're all going to have nothing to do this Christmas.
It's not
with no
the fault
plans
it.
to
We're
mind.
not meant to turn on because the power button's on the top. We'll have to get a step ladder.
I just don't see the point in a PlayStation or Xbox. You can play like most of the games on a
Yes.
PC.
Oh, PC Master Race.
Oh, Rob, they all want a quick spin around your room.
Go on, Rob, please.
Rob, does
Go
that
on, Rob.
camera move that you've got?
Can you make it the fucking full screen, Dane?
I'll tell you who's got a good camera for seeing the full room. Where's Mr. T and his fish eye?
He's not here, man. He's on date night, man.
Hold on, let me make Rob the full room a sec. Let me work out how to do it. I'd have left him on longer, but he obviously didn't want to talk. He just fucking moved out the chair and went.
I moved so that you could see.
You need to do a room tour on your channel, not your fake channel. Bigfoot Gaming. Bigfoot Gaming is what we want to see a games room tour on.
Bigfoot Retro.
Big BF
BFG.
Gaming. Yeah.
BFC. Big fucking
clown.
Clown.
Anyway,
BFD.
Horatio Van Basten might be the biggest drinker I've ever seen. Because if you follow him on Instagram, Stu, on your proper Instagram, you should see the alcohol.
I don't have Instagram.
The alcohol that this guy drinks is unreal. He makes even me jealous.
What's he drinking? I said something about wine, didn't he?
He's got wine, but he buys spirits like I buy bottles of beer. Honest to God, he can drink some. He ought to get himself a channel because him, in fact, Clay Graphics, who's above him, he always looks like he's had a skinful before he.
Yeah, he does, don't he? On his gin and stuff.
Yeah. I think he had a glass of brandy in the one that I watched earlier. I ought to just have like an Alcoholics Anonymous meeting on one of these streams.
Yeah, Woodland's chimed in. Big drinker? ?
Carl doesn't drink. He's probably the fucking biggest melt in the gaming community. He doesn't even make fucking videos anymore. Remember Woodland? He used to be good, didn't he?
Wow. He was all right.
Above average. Big Mike's back. What? Did you move, Mike? Did you lose signal?
No. I looked at a deal that was on Hot Deals UK. FIFA 21 and a controller for 66 quid.
That's not a good deal. It's not a good deal. So another thing I was going to ask, I was going to talk about YouTube, and while we're on about Stu's fake Instagram account, there seems to be a lot more trolls popping up lately. Everyone's been getting shit of it. Obviously, this is only a question for people who've got channels, so Rob, you can shut up for a sec. You know, have trolls always been about, or do you just think people are more fucking bored because of lockdown? We'll start with Stu, because he's got the best Instagram account without even having an Instagram account in my eyes.
It's probably doing, wherever it is, it's probably doing better than I would do if I had a proper one.
Well,
trolls have always been around, haven't they? They've always been around.
He keeps on about dust. I don't know why he keeps on about dust before, man, and it kills me.
Isn't that out of Little Britain?
I don't know.
Don't they go about eating dust or something? I don't know.
But he must watch your videos and wait for like the biggest fucking bit where you look like a pleb and screenshot that, like when it looked like you were sniffing that magazine.
Whoever it is must be on furlough because they've got far too much time on their hands.
Yeah, so it's definitely not me. Definitely not me. You know, when you blamed me for the original one, I almost wanted it to be me because it was fucking good.
I just thought you were taking the piss.
I know who it is. I've worked it out.
Who is it?
Who is it?
I ain't telling you, but I've worked it out.
Whoever it is, the grammar's terrible.
Dana knows because I worked that much out as well.
Dana knows.
Dana knows. Because I tell you how I know, because of there was certain images that went on in similar fashions on different accounts, and I worked it out, and I know Dana knows. But I like it. I like it.
Is it the person that I've already suggested to Stu? I think it is.
I don't know. I don't know who you've suggested to Stu.
Oh,
Me and Stu never spoke about it.
No.
I worked it out one day. I was looking through, and I thought, yeah, now I get it.
What,
It surprised me.
Both of them.
What? Two? You got two fake accounts?
Yeah.
No, the one's banned. The one got banned since the
good
incident. I prefer the fact
I was about to say that. Yeah, I don't blame you, mate, as well. It's probably less of a cunt.
He's funnier, and his photoshopping skills are much better.
Well, I can't believe there's a fake. I can't believe there's a fake Rob, and Rob doesn't even do.
Yes.
And there's a fake
Rob. Is there?
Yes, fake Rob. There's a fake Rob account.
You haven't made it until you got a fake account. Rob hasn't even got a channel.
I knew it was fake because I've got more fake channel than the fake account, and I've never done a video.
But I thought I knew who it was. It'll be interesting to talk about that later to see who
Yeah.
it is.
This is interesting. I got to interject. This Steve just puts. I prefer fake Insta tutu than the real.
We've done that, Pete.
Oh, sorry, did you?
We did that.
I've been having a poo. It felt fucking great.
You having
Thanks
a
very
poo?
much.
See, because the one fake account started commenting on people's pictures as well, and that was hilarious.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh.
Or he was he put a picture of me up, he put a picture of Daz up, like the worst pictures of us that they could have got. And like was saying, here's my best mates and all this. But that's the one that got banned.
Oh, right. Is that the one is that the one with the bad grammar?
Yes, and that's the one who
Right.
started sharing stuff about the Gebs, and that's why he got banned.
Oh, yes.
Because
Got
it
a
was
bit too-
tagging out. But
Yeah, because to be fair, at the start, the ones that you were showing me, I was like, oh, whatever. And then he started getting a bit too personal, and I thought, wow, that's just taking it a bit too far.
He kept photoshopping some fat woman into.
Yeah, saying I've gone on holiday to America and we were in lockdown and stuff like that. I remember you showed
I'm going to say one thing, man. I looked at the Instagram and it said his portly mate, old school variety face. And I looked at that and I looked at that old school variety face and thought, fucking hell, he's a bright fat fucking pig. And I looked at myself and thought, I'm of a similar ilk. And I've been trying to lose weight since. And I think, you know, if anything,
Some good come
it
out of it,
spurred
then.
me on. I've only lost a little bit of weight, but enough. So all these bullying techniques work. Thank you.
I'm trying to think. There was one good one, which was a shame because he got you like at some baseball game, sat drinking.
Yes. Having a hot dog or something. Yeah, or whatever. Yeah.
Fucking brilliant. So
Like I say,
some-
whoever it is, they've clearly got too much time on their hands.
yeah. But then there was the new one, the blast furnace one, was the fucking
bald head.
The bald head that your missus actually thought you'd shaved your fucking head.
No, she didn't know it was me.
Oh, didn't she know it was you?
No, I sent her the picture because I was laughing my head off. I goes, have a look at this. And she thought it was a video. She was like, what? Why ain't it doing anything? I said, no, look at the picture. She was like, what? And then I said, look at the picture again. I think I covered up the bald head. And she went, oh my God, it's you. She didn't even know it was me.
When you sent it to me, I thought your missus had cut your hair again.
And done a better job.
Did a better job. Yeah.
I really did.
Oh, fucking hell, brilliant.
No.
So, anyway, one final thing I had to talk about is collections. We'll get to Rob because he's now next to me. What's the plans for the future of the collection other than selling the Mario fucking thing? You're going to get a way of playing CD, PC Engine games or what?
I don't know.
You might
We'll
have
have to see. I was sort of. I've always said I'm not a very good collector, you know, and I like the way I collect. It's very erratic. I don't really collect for anything, you know. The Dreamcast I did. Everything else I just sort of. Yeah, I think I heard you talking on one of your videos the other day, Dana, and you said, you know, you don't really like to buy off of eBay and things like that. Well, honestly, I think you could count on one hand how many games I've brought off of like eBay or, you know, I like the pickups and stuff like that. And then, you know, move on to stuff that I haven't got and add that I have got, you know, to the collection. I've got lots of different little collections going on. But when I say collections, are they? Because I'm just adding to them. You know, Stu said to me the other day, do you collect for GameCube? It was like, I don't know. Do I? I've got
one. I've got a few games.
Well, it turns out I've got a couple of hundred here, but that, you know,
That's
I've
not
never
your full
actually.
set.
Well, it's not mine. I found this out as well.
In there on the GameCube.
Is there
250
No.
or something like that?
more than that, mate? Isn't there?
69.
How many?
460 odd. 69. I want to say 60 something.
Right. Okay.
I said this the other day. I looked at the Mega Drive stuff and I thought, oh, I've got a bit of CEX credit. And I sort of like had a little look at the shelves and I thought, oh, I've got a couple of hundred there. I'll finish this off. And then I had a look at how many there was. And what is this, Stu? Something like 4,500.
Yeah.
It's like, you know, I'm thousands of pounds off, you know. I've never really brought a Mega Drive game, you know, from a show or off of eBay. Same with Super Nintendo. I have brought Dreamcast off of CEX and eBay and things like that. Literally everything else just comes from either bundled deals or the odd one off Facebook Marketplace, and I just enjoy it like that, you know. Like a good example, Philips CDI. I didn't have one as a child, you know, whatever. I had no nostalgia. I went on a pickup one day to pick up an Atari ST. I asked the guy, "Have you got anything else?" He said, "Yeah, I've got this." It was a load of CDI stuff. So, you know, I've got quite a nice collection of CDI now. It's from that one pickup, really. But then I started to look at a few YouTube videos because I'd got it. And I have brought a few games at the shows. Stu brought me one, actually, Mad Dog McCree at one of the shows as well. You know, I probably picked 4 or 5 up that people recommend. And I don't mind collecting like that. I mean, a lot of people, you know, are very sort of tunnel vision and very direct and know what they want to get and what they've got to get hold of. You know, Stu, great example. He goes for a full set and he just nails it till he gets it. I'm just very, I'm a bit like that. Doesn't matter, you know. If they come, they come. If they don't, but a bit like you, Dana. You know, I don't go on eBay and pick games up like that. You know, if I get a bit of CEX credit, you know, I have a look in the local shop. I've got a bit of a relationship now with the guys in there. You know, they look after me to a degree, even in the local CEX, which is pretty cool. There's the odd game that I see sometimes when somebody picks it up, and I watch a YouTube video and I think, oh, well, you know, I'd like that. And then I have a little hunt around for it, and then I see it's too expensive, and I think, one day I'll find you, you know. And that's how it is, really. So future plans, no, absolutely nothing. And I enjoy it like that, mate, because I just, you know, it doesn't just rolls on without really thinking about it. And I think it's nice then, because I get, you know, bundles of games when I pick them up, which is few and far between now. It's not like it was a few years ago. And then, you know, if you find 1 or 2 that you've not got, so that's the thing, as your collection grows, when you're buying bundles like us, I mean, I watched your video earlier with the NES stuff, and that was beautiful. That was lovely, you know. Whacking, 17, 18 boxed NES games into your collection. It's a lovely feeling, but that probably won't happen again, mate, in all reality for another 12 months, you know, 18 months. Enjoy it while it happens. And that's what I do. They will come.
Yeah, you're very much like me in that way then. What you find is what you get, sort of thing. Like, yeah. I enjoy the finding as much as having. So I class it as cheating if I buy anything off eBay or from a game shop, because like I already know I'm going to find what I'm looking for. Whereas when I go to the booter or when I look on Facebook Marketplace, it's random and it's not guaranteed. Like, you know, I searched Facebook Marketplace for weeks and weeks and found nothing, and then I find one good pickup, and that's what I like about collecting. I don't know what I'm going to add to next.
There are exceptions, but the exceptions are usually pretty good. I mean, I do like the AES stuff. I've not got lots, but I've got a couple. And from time to time, I like to treat myself to one of them, maybe, you know, off of one of the Facebook groups. I've not brought off of eBay for a long while. You know I'm not going to find them necessarily in the wild. I don't even think I've seen one in a retro shop, you know, a store, bricks and mortar store for a while. Same goes with, I mean, I brought a game off Big Mike recently for the Sega Saturn. I ain't going to find that in the wild, you know. There's the exceptions that make the collection that little bit nicer, that little bit sweeter, you know. When I've got a few quid, I like to do that.
How many Dreamcast games do you need now?
3, I think.
What, just buy the fuckers?
What 3 are they, Rob? What 3?
There's some heavy ones.
Evolution 2. Evil Twin, Samba,
Moho.
Samba de Amigo.
Well, they got Moho.
I bought Moho again. You know, that was one I brought off one of the Facebook Marketplace things for. But I think I got a good price actually. It was £215 delivered, posted, and it was it's in really nice condition. And I've seen that flying around in the last sort of 12 months for $250 maybe. I don't know.
No worries.
You know,
We'll move on.
I don't need to complete it.
So we'll move on to Pedro. You don't need to complete nothing. We'll get onto that when we get to you, Stu. Pedro, I know you don't collect anymore. Your collection's all but gone.
You collect money.
Oh, there's some in here, mate. Yeah.
I know you've still got your money, but you've not got like what you used to have.
No, in there, bloody hell.
So my question is for you, rather than. Oh, hello.
Oh, did you see me, Willie? Oh, something big is it?
Cheeky cock shot. I was gonna say, what's the plans for your future in YouTube then? Because like,
I don't give a shit, mate. Who cares?
Well, let me finish because I think you guys have found your feet with VHS Bootleggers. I really do. That's my honest opinion. And I think, knowing you, I think you really enjoy doing VHS Bootleggers. Is that a future project that you're going to stick with?
Well, you see, Dane, thanks for saying that. It's really kind, and I mean that genuinely. I'm a massive fan of film. I dare I say, got radicalised by certain things going on and understanding a certain fucking way of events and understanding another way of events and never quite understanding why it happened, but then reading loads of books. But yes, putting all that bollocks aside, yes, I absolutely 100% am committed to VHS Bootleggers, but it cannot happen without Michael and without Mark.
No, I agree, but I meant as a whole, not like obviously yourself. I really enjoy the reviews you've been doing, yeah. But the live stream that you, Mike and Mark have been doing, the last two I've been part of, they're really good. Like, and I think it's brilliant that you've gone forward with it, and I think it's working really well. That's my personal opinion.
Thank you, Dana, and I agree with you. And you know,
checks in the post.
All we want. No, I mean this is serious. Is all I want is people to communicate. So if they have a particular opinion, it's welcome, even if it's completely against mine, against Mark's, and against Michael's.
Got to keep
so we
talking.
are the VHS Bootleggers, and we are accepting of anyone's opinions. Okay, that's number one. We believe in free speech, very much so.
I will say, like, it's a bit like this, you know. It's warts and all, no bullshit. That would be the way I would describe it, and I think keep it that way. So hopefully you've got a few more subs. Rob Gernaldino's put the link to the Bootleggers in the chat. So
I've got to big up Rob. I mean, he actually did a whole video on it, and so did Al. You know, he mentioned it as well, and as did Eddie. And you know what? Listen, man. I mean, and I didn't see Dylan's, but Michael. All I've got to say is, look. Do not come over here and expect something fucking nicey, because it's not. It is not. It is fucking warts and all, like you're saying, Dane. We fucking speak the truth. And the thing is, if I can speak on it very quickly, Mark wanted to fucking put it out there. He's been waiting, holding fucking fire for a year. And I said, we'll do it. And I was very fucking willing to make it happen on a total natural level. And I know that everyone's been bigging it up. Please do not subscribe. Please do not subscribe unless you're willing to hear some shit you don't want to hear. But you know, that's it. You can agree or disagree. I'm cool with that. And then the lads, the guys, you know, it's their channel as well. but it's not about subscribing just to fucking get the numbers up. Look, man, if you don't like movies, don't subscribe. Do not. We are not a charity case. Thank you.
Hey,
No,
Rob, Sean Horatio Van Basten says he's got a Sambo D'Amigo he'd part with.
Has he put a price?
Well, I'm sure you can find him on Facebook or whatever. Or Dana.
I think he's in the Discord group. I'll
there you go.
message it.
Also
Thank
going back to the chat.
Thank you.
Also going back to the chat. Raz wants to have his own TV show.
No, he wants a series talking about TV or something.
My dream would be have a TV series channel.
To talk about TV series, I think.
Oh, I thought he wanted to be. I thought he wanted to have his own TV channel.
Raz has demanded his own channel, like.
Oh, you know.
I'd watch that. I'd watch
If Raz
that.
wants to see a channel, maybe an episode of Bootleggers about TV shows, maybe.
Oh, right.
Pedro, Horatio Van Basten says hit him up. He's got a bundle of duplicate movies you can have. Obviously, something to feature on the channel.
I've got a load of VHS tapes in the garage.
Horatio.
Can I show you one quickly?
Really, really good taste, man.
Can I quickly show you one that I have in my collection?
Go on there.
Yeah,
I have one VHS and it's nice.
Yeah, it's going to be sort of black Mambas from Alabama.
No. It's just
it'll be all right. It'll be fun.
it's just lovely box art. I mean, you'll probably.
Oh, Quadrophenia.
Oh my God! Yes, correct. Now we're talking, brother.
The Sleaford mods, man.
Quadrophenia. Yeah, but
Bellboy!
the Sleaford mods couldn't fuck.
Bellboy!
Phil Daniels was the OG. You know, even though he's... And also, do you remember fucking Ray Winston is the rocker in it? He's the rocker, baby.
Rob's met the guy. Rob's met one of
Yeah,
them.
I went to a nightclub with the guy.
Cool.
Gorgeous. And Sting. How can we forget about the fucking ring Sting? I mean, he's stinking now, but he was okay then. With June and all this. What are you talking about, Rob? Yes, Quadrophenia is a fucking exceptional movie. I love it.
So we can confirm Raz wants a series to talk about TV series.
Right, okay. I completely misread it.
So I'm going to move on to Mike, and we'll go back to the collection things because I stalk a few of you lots of eBays, so I know, Mike, you have been parting with some fairly heavy-hitting Mega Drive games. Tell us the plan for your collection.
Well, as you know on first hand, Dana, you know I'm completely out of space. I am literally surrounded by it. so by having far too many games, far too many items, and I just need to really downsize everything to appreciate the stuff that I do have left, really. So that's the sort of plan of what I've been doing. I've been getting rid of a lot of stuff and going for maybe some sort of SD solutions. And since I've been doing that, I've been doing a lot more gaming, to be honest. I've completed Double Dragon Advance. I've completed Double Dragon 2 on the Game Boy. I've nearly completed Double Dragon, the original one, but I keep getting stuck on a bit of jumpy bits. And I'm quite far into R-Type as well on the Game Boy as well. So
that's the first screen.
What's that? That's the first screen. I think I'm on the.
It's shot the first enemy.
I'm on the level where you take on the big ship. You can go top and bottom of it, and I'm stuck on the bit where you got to go backwards over it. But on the Game Boy, you sort of don't
really top or the bottom.
What's that? I've got to be on the bottom now, otherwise I kill him.
More room for more dust. So you've actually sold stuff, but you do more gaming. Now I'm going to ask: have you ordered a second Spectrum Next? And are you using your original Spectrum Next? And have you added any more games?
I've not ordered a second Spectrum Next. I've got more games, but it's not accessible at the moment. It's there, it's set up, but there's a lot of stuff in my way to get to it. That's why I've been using sort of the handhelds, because they're just easy accessible. They're here. I've got like the Mega Drive set up in the bedroom and the SNES set up in the bedroom. But all of that's going to be coming into the living room. All of that stuff will be, but the living room's getting fully jigged around. So everything's in process. There's a plan, and we're slowly getting there, I think.
Brilliant, brilliant. I'm glad you've got a bit more focus of what you want from your collection, sort of thing. Just had Pete back in now. He's put his headphones back on. So, 2T, we know you're going for the full NES set. How many you got, and how many is that?
I got 5, and there's about 400.
Come on, you've got more than 5 NES games, didn't you?
Yeah, I've got. I'll get me little sheet up.
I've got 67 loose and 42 boxed now. But
There's 300.
oh,
Yes.
I'm not fucking going down this complete set route because I've fucking had a conversation with Alan. I'm not fucking doing it.
There is 307 games. That's A and B.
Right.
And I think I've
Does
got
that
about
include
100.
stadium events? But I suppose stadium events in this country don't work.
It's not the same. Yeah, not. I mean, there's don't get me wrong. There's some fucking really expensive ones. Really expensive ones.
What
But they're how big? Huh?
What we talking?
Hundreds, mate.
Yeah. What name the games?
Oh, like Mr. Gimmick. Obviously, you got Little Samson, PAL version. There's a couple of others as well. Panic Restaurant.
Big Game Owl says there's only 246 just UK. Is that correct?
That's UK, yeah, but that's
Going
not-
for PAL.
yeah. If you include it, and obviously you got unlicensed as well. There's like about
The Codemasters and stuff.
13, about 10 unlicensed.
So is that the focus now for your collection for the foreseeable, is it?
Yeah, I think so. Just like I say, not anything like mad crazy. Just chip away at it.
See, because I had this, because Al's going for the full GameCube, innit? I don't want to fucking spoil because I know he's not featured. I don't think he's featured the games that he showed me. But what he paid for them, I wouldn't pay fucking 50 pence for them. I'd put them in the bin because they're shit games. You know what I mean?
Which one about the Dora that he showed already in his last video?
As he showed that Dora the Explorer, was that in his last video?
See, you're not even watching. He told me that you said he is his #1 fan.
Right. No, I have
watched his
watched
fucking
it.
latest video. What a
I have
bastard.
watched it, but he showed me some pickups, and I'm confused of which ones he's featured.
Is it because he said I've got an epic pickup video and you thought it was going to be 360 tax? You didn't watch it like me.
No, I knew it wasn't because I asked him before because I know he picked up some N64 game from a shop for a £5 and he reckons it's 75 quid.
That's the same one. That's in his video.
See, because that Dora the Explorer game, 50p, I'd pay for that fucking max 50 pence. In fact, I'd probably fucking see it, and if someone said a quid, I'd go, nah. I'd go, fuck it, keep it, it's a bag of shit game. And that's why
you're in a different place, though.
I can't do, that's why I can't do full sets, because I can't be paying like 50 quid for a really shit game. I'm tight, I don't pay 50 quid for a good game.
Yeah.
And that's why I can't get my head around full sets. Because I couldn't be doing like that fucking My Horse and Me or whatever bollocks that is.
Well, that's 360 tat, isn't it?
Yeah, well, that's a 50p game all day, isn't it, really?
Yeah.
So
it just depends. I think it's literally horses for courses for me. But I just
have you ever
don't
done a
know.
video where you've not said horses for courses?
Probably not.
If I went back 7 years ago when you've got your nice stripy jumper on, do you reckon you said horses for courses then?
Probably.
What about your wank mags? Is there any more of them you're going for completion of?
Maybe.
Is that? Oh, yeah, that's his next pickup video, isn't it? Spoiler alert.
Well, I know there's still a few sets that I wanted anyway, like Games X and stuff, but they rarely come up. But the CVG stuff, I'd always buy that anyway if I seen it at the right price.
Fair enough. So your old
shame
mag.
when CVG went, wasn't it?
It got shit that though, Mike. I mean, there was a point. I mentioned this in the videos before. Mark Jowett knows that they refer to it as different timelines within its lifespan. And at a certain point, I think it might have been mid-90s or late 90s, whatever. It just went completely to shit. Essentially.
Yeah, it was on the website for a little while, wasn't it? It was.
It went digital. Yeah.
Just sad that it was the oldest video games magazine, wasn't it? That was.
But it outlived most of them.
Yeah.
Is that true? 700 quid for Samsung?
Probably, yeah.
Fuck that. You could buy a fucking car for that, Stu, or driving lessons at least.
Nah, fuck that.
He doesn't need to. He's already got it.
Oh, he's got Rob in, now, Courier Rob.
No, I've got little Samsung Famicom version, ain't I?
Oh, yeah. I noticed that, James. That's a nice game. I've not got that in my set. How much would you get me a copy for, please?
You broke up, or what?
I wouldn't mind that game myself. If you find another one, I'll add it to the list of stuff I might want from you.
Yeah, I mean, you can get it quite easy. It's
You ain't got-
around about 100 quid.
It's easier if you get it by the sound of it.
Yeah. What's it called?
100 quid? Fucking, what Dana's got less going to fall out if you tell him 100 quid.
Fucking hell. £100. Oh, I don't know. I like that little Samurai Pete's Cats was a nice copy you got me. That was a good deal. That was
I'll
good.
tell you
deal.
that one you've got the vampire. What you call it?
Little
Little
Dracula.
Little Dracula.
Yeah.
Kid Dracula. Yeah.
Kid Dracula.
Nice.
It's worth some money on the Game Boy, that is, isn't it?
It won't fit in the Game Boy, Mikey's Famicom.
Use your
So,
feet.
I think it's the most expensive Game Boy, isn't it? Kid Dracula.
Is it? Is
It's
that the one with like where they had to change it for Japan to America or something to do with like the crosses in it or something? Or am I
that's
thinking
the-
Castlevania.
that's Castlevania.
Was it?
Kid Dracula is based loosely on Castlevania, isn't it? It's sort of like a cartoony. It's from the same line.
Yeah, as far as I know, it is a Castlevania game because in Japan it is called Dracula. So-
It's on the Castlevania set, isn't it? If you buy it on the Xbox or the PlayStation, the set, the anniversary set, is on there.
Dane, why don't you invite, one of these other video game guys on?
Because I've got to do a stream next week now, Pete. So they can all wait.
Sorry, I'm trying to be inclusive. Yeah?
Well, I don't like inclusiveness. It's not in my persona.
Okay, I'll stay exclusive.
What's it called? Basabi James, I'll trade my pal, wee legend, I'm not even pronouncing that, for some choice Famicom games. That's Eddie Rollercore.
Mario 1, 2, and 3.
I could do that. Just send us a message.
Yeah, if you're in the Discord group, most of you are. If not, I can sort you a link for it. We can do whatever trade you want to do there. Like there's obviously Pete and Horatio and Rob and Horatio talking out their gayness and whatever. So finally to James, is the focus for your collection complete Wii PAL collection?
Oh no way, and it never has. I mean, the Wii thing was really just I'd go to the car boots every week, and that's what you'd find, and so it was just kind of, it was easy to obtain, and you were buying them for 50p, maybe £1, and that's why I've got such a big Wii collection. Really,
Not in fucking 11 out of 10 condition.
well, because
Out the shipping crate.
obviously CEX have changed a lot of their policies now, but back then I could buy a shitty copy of something and then just order it from CEX and then just send it back to CEX, but the shitty copy. And that's how I did a lot of this. If I wasn't happy with the condition, I just order it again from CEX until I had a complete copy that I was happy with.
CX have got to end up with the worst games ever for after YouTube, aren't they?
Yeah, but the best thing is, right,
It's a dirty collection going, ripped manuals.
I'm going to put in here, right, yeah. Because of fucking bastards like these pair here, fucking Basabi and Tute, whenever I fucking take a game back,
You get theirs.
Nice for fuck, I do. I've never once got away with anything with CEX.
You know if it's one that I've took back, because I did what BitEd did on the inside in inserts. I was wrote inside
calling cards. I bet they're like, I'm sure it wasn't like this when we sent it out.
So anyway, guys, I'm looking to wind it up in the next 5 or 10. We'll bring Pete back. I think he's having a cigarette. Oh, he's not. He's smoking his bummer thing.
I was looking for fucking back of bloody.
You're pissed, aren't you? Are you drunk, Pete? Quick question for you, actually, Pete.
Yes, correct.
It's
There is 1, 2,
That's fucking 2 more than you're allowed. Question for you.
3, 4. Anna. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
I thought you didn't like Bud.
Well,
No one
I'm
likes
drinking
Bud.
now because I respect you, Tootie.
No, you don't.
Like you. It's all about Tootie.
I bet he got it cheap, didn't he? Was that out of date down Aldi?
Well, yes, it's out of date. Yeah, all right. And the T-shirt was £2.99.
Actually, Stu,
They never said Bud beforehand.
before we go, Pete, I want to ask a film question to you because I can see that Gremlin in the background. I used to have the same one somewhere. Is Gremlins a Christmas film?
Yes.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah,
Do we all agree
who
on that?
cares?
It's Die Hard.
Yeah. It's always
Yes.
on at Christmas, isn't it?
Well,
I
it's
think there's a
fucking set
difference
at
between a
Christmas.
Christmas movie and a movie that's set at Christmas.
No, it's a Christmas movie because he gets bought the Gremlin for Christmas. It's the whole fucking point,
Yeah.
isn't it?
His dad brings it back, doesn't he, from?
Yeah,
I,
he's
don't know,
glad-
I think there's 3 categories. There's Christmas movie set at Christmas and completely nothing to do with Christmas.
Okay, so which
But it's
category
his
is it going
Christmas
in?
present, isn't it? It's not for his birthday. It's
No,
for
it's
Christmas.
not about Christmas, is it? It's not that the emphasis of the story is not about Christmas. It's just that it
Yeah,
happens.
I'm ever so sorry to interrupt you, but Dana said it's a big piss up tonight. Get fucked up. Make sure you get a beer. I went out, and you utter miserable cunts haven't even fucking. It's like sipping on 1 beer. Or fucking Volvic or something. You disgust me. You are filth. You're nothing. You don't even want to fucking get involved in being fucking, having a giraffe. You're fucking
fart.
horrible, miserable cunts. And on that note, I will say to her, thank you very much, and fuck off. How do I go?
Look at them eyes.
I didn't know I could do that with making it like solo people earlier. I've just found out I could do it.
Oh,
Fucking hell, I could have done it. He's pissed, Mike. Make sure he's all right, will ya?
he's got glass eyes, isn't he?
Debs will be holding his hair back in the fucking bog in a minute, won't she?
He's scooping the shit out of his pants.
So anyway, on that bombshell, I'm going to go round you all to send in a live from lockdown style message to everyone who's watching. We'll start with Robert.
Well, it's Remembrance Day tomorrow, isn't it? So I will be going and, paying my respects down at the cenotaph. Although I'm not even sure if we're allowed to or not, but I will be going. And what else? Thank you for inviting me on. I've enjoyed it. And the missus said something Friday when I told her I was coming on. I said, I'm streaming with Dana Saturday night. And she was like, oh, okay, yeah. And you know what? She said something and it sort of resonated with me. She went, you've made some really nice friends, haven't you, since you've been collecting retro games? And I thought, no, they're cunts.
I was so hoping he was going to say that.
Yeah.
There's no one else's van I'd like to be stuck in the back of, Rob.
No,
That's
seriously,
damn right.
I enjoyed it. Thank you ever so much, and it is lovely to see because obviously I know I've seen Stu recently, but I never get to see James. Not seen Mike for a while. See far too much of Pete for my own liking.
Thank you.
It is lovely to see you all.
Thank you. I'll move on to James, being as he's next on the screen.
Well, enjoy your lockdown. Make sure you stay in and don't go out. And I'll probably go off to Hard Off and maybe walk around a shopping centre and
Not film it.
yeah, not film it.
See, this is why I didn't want to have you on, because you're not in fucking lockdown, innit? So you can gallivant around Japan while we're stuck in our
They've
homes.
never been in lockdown, have they?
No, we've not had a lockdown at all.
There's something to do with that. I mean, James looks well. Perhaps we don't need it.
I don't.
Well,
I don't think. I don't
Like we're
think
saying,
it's
if everyone just got up and went out, no one would be in lockdown, would they?
Yeah, but
Everyone
we've
is
got nowhere to
stuck to
fucking
get
go.
tested.
Like, what, do you want me to start walking into the windows of the shop like a fucking zombie? Oh, let me in,
Well,
go.
you are rummy.
I'm not a fucking brummy. That's the one.
There's a fine line between zombie and brummy, right?
There is, yeah, I agree, because I'm not a fucking brummy. I've never been a brummy. So how about you, Michael? A message for you to the masses. Please try to make it non-completely Rona related and conspiracy theory tinfoil hat themed.
All right, just be happy, people. Don't let it get you down, and just keep on.
Keep right on.
Keep on trucking.
Keep on trucking.
fucking.
On 18-wheeler in your house.
And the man of the hour, the longest serving
He's
YouTube
gone.
retro gamer of all time, the man who invented YouTube, CEO of CEX.
I didn't invent reading numbers off PS1 cartridges cases if Mark's watching.
Anyway, message to the masses.
No, look, just do what you want to do, guys. I wouldn't take any notice of this lockdown bullshit. Honestly, I think it's a load of old crap. But let's all push Rob to make a video.
Yeah, that's the one thing, right? Rob has been the most confident out of all the times he's been on here. So now I think you're ready to do a video.
If you look in Rob's video, right next to that Bandit, you can see a very nice arcade machine. That's a beauty, that is. And he needs to make a video on that.
And he got a good game off me the other week as well, didn't he? So we could put that in the video as well.
I've
He's
been,
got
I've
plenty
been
of
trying
stuff
to play
to
it
do.
right. It's hard.
Is any good? I never loaded it. When you put a picture up on Instagram, I was just glad it worked. Like,
Right,
Yeah,
so
don't worry, Mike. Yeah.
Once
That's
he's
why
run
it's
it back.
so fucking hard.
finally from me, I'd like to thank you all for coming on to this completely and utterly unplanned return of Live from Lockdown. And I'll just drop you all backstage while I do my outro to my masses of... We peaked at 49. That's a good one for the first one. So thank you all.
Cheers, Dana.
No worries.
Cheers, mate. Cheers, lads.
Right, so we have a winner. First time bringing lockdown back, and someone's more pissed up than David Retro Games played badly. So we'd like to thank Pedro for that. I'd like to thank everyone who joined me for tonight. All you guys in the comments. I'm out of fucking sinking. I just wanted to have a few beers with my mates, to be honest, and have a bit of a laugh. So I've not been up with the comments. I hope you've all enjoyed yourself. Potentially, I'll be back either next Friday or Saturday. I'll try and do one a week of these live from lockdowns. And a message for Steve, who's asked about my after party. I can't, but I'd be honest. I'd fly you to the moon and back if you'd be my baby. Good night, all.